We've arrived. We've arrived in the final weekend of the Satipatthana course. And the course ends here, but of course your practice does not. You've gained experience in these 7 weeks. You've practiced. Some of you have practiced an hour per day, some of you 2 hours per day. Some of you have practiced a little bit. But regardless of how much you practice, you develop your experience. And you're starting to understand what this practice is about. It's not about achieving particular states or going somewhere or having no thoughts. It's about experiencing directly the truth of every moment. Not some other person's truth, not some truth out there, but the truth that is happening right here in your body and in your mind. And so let's review what we have gone through, what we have learned, especially in regards to the Satipatthana Sutta, the title of this course. We've been working with the Satipatthana Sutta, and it's one of the most important texts in Theravada Buddhism and the text on which Vipassana meditation is based on. Satipatthana means the establishing of mindfulness, the establishing of sati, the establishing of awareness. And we have practiced with this method in a diligent way, continuously applying ourselves, applying our awareness and applying the wisdom that we learn from the practice. We have 4 foundations of mindfulness. We have the body foundation, the feelings foundation, the mind foundation, and the Dhammas foundation. We went through the body foundation. Mindfulness of the body foundation means to be mindful of your breathing, means to be mindful of the posture of your body, means to be mindful of the activity of your body. What are you doing at a physical level? To be mindful of the parts of the body, the anatomical parts of the body. To be mindful of the element of the body, the 4 elements: fire, heat, air, wind, air, earth. To be mindful also of the impermanence of the body, that the body can die just like a corpse. Then we have the mindfulness of the feelings, the second foundation of mindfulness. The feelings which accompany every experience. There is a feeling of that experience, and that feeling can either be pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. And we are aware of these pleasant, unpleasant, neutral feeling tone when we are aware whether we are experiencing that pleasant or unpleasant feeling with craving, with clinging, or with aversion. We have the mind foundation. We are aware what is the state of mind. Is the mind collected? Is the mind concentrated? Is the mind aware? Is the mind agitated? Is it restless? Is it contracted, or is it expanded? And we moved into the Dhammas foundation. Dhammas means phenomena. Phenomena, all body, mind phenomena. Every experience that we have is phenomena, is made up of phenomena. And there's different ways of seeing these phenomena. There's different patterns. We start to see the pattern of the 5 hindrances that keep arising, especially when concentration and mindfulness is not very present. These hindrances grow and foster and fester. We learned about these 5 hindrances. We learned about the 5 aggregates, the 5 parts of the mind which are continuously working together. We learned about the 6 sense doors of perception, the 5 senses of the body and the sense of the mind. Moment by moment, we don't go into the room, we stay at the sense doors. We learned about the 7 awakening factors, the factors that we start increasing in our mindfulness. As the hindrances decrease, the awakening factors increase. And this is what we're increasing and balancing through our practice. We learned about the 4 Noble Truths. The 4 Noble Truths being really the core, the heart of the Buddha's teachings. The first teaching that he gave, the 4 Noble Truths. There is dukkha, this is the cause of dukkha. Here's the end of dukkha, and here's the path leading to the end of dukkha. And we covered, additionally to the Satipatthana, we covered the 3 characteristics, which are also very important in the Vipassana practice, which are implicitly mentioned in the Satipatthana, but not directly. They're talked about in a lot of other sutras. There's the characteristic of anicca, the arising, the passing away, the arising and the passing away of phenomena. All phenomena change. And it's when we cling to them as permanent, as solid, as fixed, we start to have suffering. We learned about anatta, the not self aspect of all phenomena. What we take ourselves to be, what we usually identify with, what we cling to, is body-mind phenomena which are arising and passing away, which are impermanent. We need not to identify so strongly with their existence or their non-existence. We learned about dukkha, the truth of suffering, and what creates dukkha in our lives. This is clinging, this is craving, this is aversion, this is the tightening of the mind space that's fighting against what's happening, outside situation, inside situation. And we learned and we practiced to keep releasing this clinging. This clinging is the core of what creates dissatisfaction. Most importantly, you developed your experience, you practiced. Our walking practice, our sitting practice is really the heart of the matter. It's doing this every day that starts to expand the understanding, expand the wisdom, and make mindfulness, make awareness a thing which is always there, which is always watching, which is always aware. And when there is awareness, there is improvement, there is learning. The body-mind system learns the different ways that we make ourselves unhappy, the different ways we make ourselves happy. We understand the structure of our being more and more, and start to experience that as we get into contact with the world, with situations, in our relationships. And it never stops. The work really never ends, and it's this continuous application of curiosity and a growth mindset, really, is at the core of Buddhist teaching, to see the body-mind system as something adaptable, something we can notice, and something that shifts. The body-mind system follows habit, continuous habit, the sankhara, habit patterns. The unconscious programming that we keep following. When we become aware of this unconscious programming, we can start to become free of this programming. And we can start to create more the life how we want to, rather than always following these reactions, these impulses, these fixations to become someone, to become something, to defend myself, to not become. So this is where we start to cultivate the habit of freedom, the habit of choosing to be here where we are.